This stretch that we're going to go over is for the hamstrings. So that's the muscles on the back of the leg. The classic stretch that you see a lot of people do is just leg up here and they kind of fold forward and they bend and they try to stretch that hamstring. So one thing with this is as a lot of people bend forward, they really round their back and they put a lot of stress on their low back. So we're going to alter that a little bit. And then the second thing with this is when we come forward and then just kind of hold that stretch there, function-wise, the hamstring very rarely out in the real world goes to one place and stays there. Just like, I'm not running and I don't stretch my hamstring and hold it there for 30 seconds. So to make a stretch more functional, to mimic the real world a little bit more, we want to add movement and then we want to add diversity of movement. So the way we can take kind of the traditional stretch and add a little bit to that, we're going to do two things. One, when I want people, when they tip forward a little bit, I want it to all happen at the hips. So I don't know if you can, I'll get my elbow kind of out of the way. But I don't know if you can see how my back, there's very little movement in my back. That's all kind of low back there, the rounding of my back. And this here is more in the hips and very little in the back. So I want it all in the hips. I want to protect that low back. So as I'm here, I have my heel on the bench, and you can use a bench, a couch, anything that's comfortable. And you can do this one on the ground. It's just a little bit harder for people to feel that stretch. So we bring it up here. There's a slight bend in my knee because, again, when you're out in the real world, the knee or the leg is very rarely straight at the knee. There's always a little bit of a bend. There's a few instances with dancers that maybe they have the knee straight, but for most of us, there's a little bit of bend in the knee, so I want you to have a little bend. I'm being mindful of my back. Again, I'm not bending here as I move forward. I'm just coming here. And just like with many of our stretches, we're going to gently kind of come in and out of stretch. Thinking about maybe the rhythm of gait or walking, just kind of that it's not fast, it's not slow. And as I do that, I get a really nice stretch through that hamstring. So the way that we're going to add some dimension to this, or the way we're going to change it up, is we're going to think of kind of to the right of my foot, right over my foot, and to the left of my foot. And what I'm going to do with my body, my trunk, is I'm going to go down and I'm going to reach to the right of my foot. And as I do that, I get a slightly different stretch in that hamstring. And I might do that maybe 8-10 times. And then I'm going to come right down the middle, and I'm going to go right to my foot or over my foot. Again, trying to work hard at protecting my low back. And you'll see me probably work at my balance here a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is with my hips and my upper body is now I'm going to the inside of my right foot. So with this, I'm hitting different fibers. I'm making the muscle work in different ways. And so now what we can do, just like we went to the right, kind of over or to the middle and to the left, we can do the same thing with the foot. We can take the foot and roll it out to the right. We can have it in neutral or in the middle, and then we can roll it in. So what I might do is roll it out, and now I'm just going to go right down the middle with my upper body. And again, I'm getting a very different stretch, and you can see me working at my balance here a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foot and return it to the middle. Again, a different stretch, working hard at keeping my back flat, moving in the hips. And now I'm going to take my foot and roll in, and a very different stretch. Now it's more on the medial side or the inside of my hamstring. And then we can do things to begin to combine those movements. So we have from the upper body, we can reach to the right, we can reach to the middle, we can reach to the left. With my foot, I can move it to the right, to the middle, to the left. And now we can begin to combine those movements. So I might start with my foot inside and reach to the outside. And then reach to the middle, reach to the inside. Then I might go neutral, and I might reach to the outside, reach to the middle, reach to the inside, and then go out. And so again, then come to the middle, and then come to the left of it. And then what I can do is I'm going to move gently all through those planes. So notice now how I'm not coming up. I'm moving all through those. And then I can do the same thing with my foot as I'm continuing that stretch. Now my foot is moving through those planes of going inside, middle, and outside. And then you can kind of begin to combine those movements. So what I'm trying to do is combine as many different movements in that hamstring as possible so that when I'm out playing soccer or when I'm out walking with my kids and I get put in a diverse situation that the hamstring's like, hey, I've done this, because you've taken it through as many possibilities as you can. So this is how we add as much reality as possible to stretching the hamstring.